stand a chance to win a trip for two to Spain to watch Real Madrid live in action with @Nivea Man SA. Buy any Nivea Man D product and enter *120 *607 hash to stand a chance. You can explore the sights of Madrid. You will have a training session at the Real Madrid training ground and a tour to the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Terms and conditions apply. The competition starts from the 1st of March to the 30th of April 2023.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Welcome to another weekend. My name is Justice Chabalala, aka Steezy, standing in for Nkululeko Nkeo. By the way, if you want to know where Nkululeko Nkeo is, he's home. Udlama ponches. No disrespect, but he's my brother. I love him so much. Anyway, welcome to another weekend. We've got the CAF Champions League, Mamelodi Sundowns versus Ahly, and on, I think it's at 8. I think we're going to be here. Yeah. We might leave at around 12 or something. Yeah. We've got Pirates versus Venda Football Academy. On Sunday, I think at 3, we've got Chiefs versus Casric Stars. Mr. Tso, maybe let's look at last week. We had an amazing game in Cairo. Mamelodi Sundowns versus Ahly. Please, let's talk about what do you think would happen in tomorrow's game, because what we saw a head-to-head. It's like both teams were literally equally. Obviously, we know that Ahly is a big team. Obviously, Sundowns, we see it as a big team also. It's actually a big team. So what do you think would happen tomorrow with the game?
Justice. Ngibulise lapha no Junior, ngibulise uNkululeko, ngibulise uDrake, ngibulise nemakhaya. Ngicela support njalo la iDiskiTV. Ngizobuya nje njalo ngijike futhi. Justice is going to be a very tough one again. You saw last week ukuthi Ahly, they've shown ukuthi they are a big team. They came back from 1-0 and leading 2-1. And at the end, it ended up being a draw where Sundowns had to equalize. It tells you that, these two teams, these are two big teams for me. These are two big teams. And I think the pressure will be on Ahly because Sundowns have been leading. They're on top of the group. And, Ahly, they need to catch up. Remember that they've played the World Club Championship. So now they need to catch up in that, so they're behind with the games. So I think they need a win more than Sundowns. But because of the two big teams, obviously it's always going to go in a manner of Uguti asifuna ukudliwa yibo. Nabo ngapha bathi asifuna ukuthi labantu basihle. So it's going to be a very tough one. Very tough one, Justice.
Is it going to be the same as last weekend?
It's going to be more than that, Justice, because both teams, they're going to correct the mistakes that they did last week, and especially when Sundowns were leading 1-0, and then Ahly came back, they equalized, they had a lead, the score was 2-1. Then Sundowns, they came back and equalized. So it tells you with both of them, they're going to be very cautious to each other, but at the very same time, both of them, they will need a win. So they're going to correct those mistakes that they did last week and rectify them, but it's going to be a very tough one. Justice, I'm not going to lie to you. From the first whistle, as soon as the referee is going to play a whistle, I expect a high-tempo game.
But Mr. Tso, I think Mamelodi Sundowns, they are home now. They are comfortable. I think it was Saturday actually when we were watching the game, when Shalulile was celebrating the goal, and they had issues with the fans and all that. Don't you think that Mamelodi Sundowns are going to be way more confident, in terms of playing rather than when they were in Cairo? And don't you think that Ahly, they're going to be a little bit nervous because of what they experienced on the last game?
Yeah, yes. I think after that goal, Shalulile, the supporters, they took it in another manner, that celebration. But, us in South Africa, we understand that celebration. It's not something personally, I would say maybe to the supporters, Ahly, but, that's how you celebrate his goal. So Justice, like I said, it's going to be a high tempo game because these two teams, Justice, when you look at it, they came from behind Ahly. They equalized, they managed to lead in that game 2-1. Sundowns, they came back to equalize. So it tells you, Uguti, I mean, both of them, they're going to, make sure with our sleeves, we sort out our sleeves, we are ready for the... This is a war. It's not just going to be a game. This is going to be a war because these two teams, remember that Sundowns, they were knocked to quarter finale last season by the very same team.
Yeah.
So we are able to, I would say, in a level crash again.
It feels like a semi-final in a way.
Well, it's a semi-final. I would say quarter-final, semi-final, and the final because...
So literally a final. It feels like a final.
Every time you play against Ahly, these two teams, when they play, it's a final between the two.
Okay, moving on. Pirates versus Nda Football Academy. What do you think would happen in that game?
Playing against a team like Venda Football Academy, it's playing against an underdog team. You don't know what is that you need to expect. So, but one thing that I always guarantee is that they'll be shaking playing against Pirates. Pirates is a big team. There's a history about this team. So when you go, it's a small team like Venda Football Academy going to play against the Pirates. Look, I know they've got a good coach. She likes to play football. But when it comes to players, they'll be shaking. This one, for me, no doubt, the Pirates is going to win the game. I fully kakhulu. Pirates with the quality abanayo, and recently the way they've been playing, they've been winning. So until when they lost with Derby, and you could see they've got the players, the Pirates. They just need the coach to put the players in the right positions and find good combination, because you cannot have Salinga one on the right wing and have Upule or Uloch on the left side. Now the other side is weak, the other side is strong. So he just need to balance it very well. And it's got the midfield. I hope this time around, Agakale Ulontuzana, Agakal Makaula, no, in that midfield.
Sorry, Mr. Tso, would you be shocked if Venda Football Academy beat Pirates 2-0?
I'll be shocked because I don't see that. I'll be honest.
Mr. Tso, there's a scenario of small teams beating big teams. Do you understand?
Yeah, I agree with you.
And we are all shocked, like, huh? What's happening here?
Yeah, it's football. It does happen on a justice, but I with the players because I've seen this team, clips and claps, who did the way batalanga corner nan. So that's why I'm saying this should be an easy game for Ilonduzana, for Pirates. Not with that disrespect, Ilonduzana, even the Football Academy. They've got nothing to prove but to say to themselves, look, it was not a pushover for us to be here. So we've worked in that to where we are. So obviously they will showcase their talent. They will showcase what is it that they can do. And yes, Lendo Shaw is possible, because if Pirates will go there and say it's an easy game, then they'll be shocked. If they're going to take it easy.
Before I ask you your predictions, I actually want us to go to Chiefs versus Casric Stars.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen in that game?
Justice. Justice is kunzima ukukhuluma indaba ye-Chiefs because they've won last game, they've won a derby, and I think a derby that gives them that confidence, a good team. They can do well going forward, but I still a bit shaky when it comes to Chiefs. Can they really win convincingly against Casric?
Did you lose your mood after the derby?
Yeah, man. You know, I was so disappointed both teams. You know, like I was watching it derby, hoping with something will happen. Especially, like I said, with the Pirates, they've got players. You know, but as I said before, they've got players. They'll play the game, but they're not gonna win.
Look, true or false? Let's do this. True or false? The derby. I know it's a past game. The derby, was it like watching high school students playing? True or false?
Okay, before I can answer justice, is when we're saying high school, because remember that in high school there's team A, there's team B. So are you talking about team A or team B?
Team A.
Team A, no, you can't. You know, this is false, Papa. And there was nothing really that really entertained us. No, not at all. I was not entertained. I was disappointed with everything. The passing. There's some point where Chiefs were losing pass. You know, you are alone, but you can't pass your teammate. You know, there were a lot of things that were happening in that game. So for me, I was very disappointed with the derby. Very disappointed.
Chiefs versus Casric Stars.
Yeah, man. Because of Chiefs, they have to win. Chiefs, they have to win. There's no. You're fine the Pirates. There's no negotiations. These are big teams playing against teams alapana lapana division. So there's no excuse. They need to go in there, show a big team. Those players, they need to go in there. You know, sometimes we can blame coaches and all of that, but if the coach akufakela background in, he trusts you, he believes in you. Now show now we good why coach akufakela. Don't lose passes like they did in the previous games.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Tso. So now score predictions. Mamelodi Sundowns versus Ahly. What's your score prediction?
2-1. Sundowns will win the game 2-1.
2-1, okay. Pirates versus Venda Football Academy.
Pirates 3, Venda 2.
We'll see, okay. Chiefs versus Casric Stars.
Oh. Chiefs will win, but I think the game will go to penalties. But Chiefs will win.
They will win.
Chiefs will win, but I think the game will go to extra time. If they don't get it in extra time, it'll go to penalties. But Chiefs will win.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. I'm just trying to get that feeling. But Chiefs will win. Whether it's going to be extra time or penalties, but Chiefs will win. Not in 90 minutes.
Okay, there we go. That was Mr. Tso's predictions. We shall see tomorrow and Sunday. My name is Justice Chabalala, standing in for Nkululeko Nkeo. Visit www.wsb.co.za, iDiskiTimes.co.za. Thank you for watching us.
iDiskiTV.